the only mindset you need to attract wealth. They lied to you about money. They told you that if you work hard, save, and stay patient, wealth will find you. But here's the truth, you don't attract wealth by working harder. You attract wealth by becoming the kind of person wealth wants to be around. Most people never understand this. They chase money like it's running away from them, when in reality, money is just energy. It flows toward direction, confidence, and vision, and it runs away from fear, doubt, and confusion. You've been trained your whole life to think like a worker. Follow instructions, stay safe, play small, but the people who attract wealth, they think in a completely different way. They don't chase, they attract, they don't hope, they decide, they don't survive, they create. When you were growing up, they told you to be realistic. But realistic is just another word for average, and average doesn't attract wealth, it repels it. Because wealth doesn't follow logic, it follows belief, and belief is rare, belief is expensive, belief requires you to see something that isn't there yet, and act like it already exists. You see, there are two kinds of people in this world. Those who wait for proof before they move, and those who move before proof exists, and create the proof themselves. One lives by fear, the other by faith, and faith is the currency of wealth. Money doesn't care about your intentions. It responds to your energy. You can't attract what you secretly resent. You can't manifest what you subconsciously fear. So ask yourself, when you think of rich people, what do you feel? Envy, anger, judgment, because whatever you feel toward wealth is exactly what you're telling your subconscious you don't want. You can't attract what you attack. You can't become what you criticize. The moment you resent success, you push it away. And that's why the first step to attracting wealth isn't strategy. It's emotional alignment. You have to make peace with the idea of abundance. You have to believe that money is not evil, it's neutral. It only amplifies who you already are. If you're kind, wealth gives you the power to impact more lives. If you're greedy, wealth exposes it faster. Money is a mirror, not a monster. But here's the part most people don't want to face. They don't actually want wealth. They want comfort, and comfort kills growth faster than failure ever could. When you're comfortable, you stop moving. When you stop moving, you stop attracting. And when you stop attracting, life starts slipping away from you. The wealthy understand that discomfort is currency. Every new level of wealth requires you to outgrow the version of yourself that got you here. That's why rich people keep reinventing themselves. They don't cling to identity, they evolve it. The poor say, I can't do that. The middle class says, I'll try when I'm ready. The rich say, I'll figure it out as I go. That's the mindset that creates wealth, not certainty, but courage. Courage to move when others freeze. Courage to fail and still keep building. Courage to look broke today so you can be free tomorrow. You see, wealth is a reflection of growth. If your income hasn't grown in years, it's because you haven't grown. Your bank balance is just a mirror of your mindset. If you think small, you earn small. If you fear risk, you live with regret. Wealthy people don't pray for easy lives, they build strength for hard ones. They don't ask, how much will it cost? They ask, what will it cost me if I don't? They think in decades, not days. They value freedom over approval. And they understand that every limitation is a decision, not a destiny. If you're waiting for someone to come save you, newsflash, no one's coming. No one's going to hand you the mindset, the money, or the magic. It's all you. It's always been you. The mindset to attract wealth starts when you stop outsourcing responsibility. When you stop blaming the government, your boss, your parents, your luck, and start saying, everything in my life is a reflection of me. That's when the game changes. People think wealth is about luck or opportunity. But wealth isn't something you find, it's something you become. It's not about chasing money, it's about becoming magnetic to it. And you become magnetic by being valuable. When you grow in value, wealth has no choice but to find you. A man who understands people will never go broke. A woman who solves problems will never stay poor. A person who keeps learning can never be replaced. That's the mindset. Not, I need money, but I create value. Not, I want wealth, but I'm becoming the kind of person wealth belongs to. The universe doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you're prepared for. You've heard the phrase, money follows energy. Here's what it really means. When you do what you love, with discipline and mastery, energy flows back to you in the form of opportunity, recognition, and income. But if you do things you hate just for the paycheck, you're repelling abundance. You can't fake energy. You can't pretend passion. People feel your frequency, and wealth does too. That's why the wealthiest people often seem so calm. They've detached from desperation. They don't chase, they expect. And expectation is a declaration. It tells the universe, I'm ready. When you truly expect wealth, you make decisions differently. You move differently. You spend differently. You surround yourself with people who think bigger. You start acting like the person you're becoming, not the one you used to be. And slowly, wealth starts to notice you. It moves toward you, because energy matches energy. But don't confuse this with blind optimism. You can't sit in your room, visualize a mansion, and call it manifestation. That's delusion. Real manifestation requires alignment, your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions pointing in the same direction. You can't say you want freedom while living in fear. You can't say you want abundance while your habits scream scarcity. You can't say you value growth while wasting time every day. The truth is, wealth doesn't come from what you do once. It comes from what you do consistently. Consistency is the most underrated form of intelligence. It's boring, it's repetitive, it's invisible, but it compounds. And compounding is how the rich quietly win while everyone else scrolls. Here's a harsh truth. If your daily habits don't match your goals, you're lying to yourself. You can't attract wealth with the mindset of survival. You can't expect abundance while living in reaction. Every action you take either reinforces your scarcity or your expansion. People say, I want more money. But they waste hours. They fear learning. They avoid risk. And then they wonder why wealth never shows up. The truth is, wealth doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who prepare. You prepare by learning. By growing, by mastering your craft until people can't ignore you, by building skills that solve real problems, by thinking long-term when everyone else is chasing dopamine. That's the wealth mindset. Focus over fantasy, discipline over motivation, vision over comfort. You want to attract wealth? Then stop chasing money and start chasing purpose. Because when you chase purpose, money chases you. The people who make millions didn't start by chasing dollars. They started by chasing excellence. They became obsessed with creating, building, improving. And wealth followed naturally. Your mindset has to shift from, what can I get? To, what can I give? Because value attracts value. Contribution attracts compensation. Stop thinking like a consumer. Start thinking like a creator. Every dollar you spend feeds someone's dream. Ask yourself, is it yours? The truth is, wealth is less about strategy and more about identity. You'll never earn beyond the story you tell yourself. If you see yourself as broke, you'll find a way to stay broke. If you see yourself as worthy of abundance, you'll attract it, even if it takes time. Because your life always matches your self-image. Change your story, and everything else changes with it. Start saying things like, I'm learning to manage wealth. I'm becoming someone who multiplies money. I'm ready to attract abundance. Not someday, now. Because the universe doesn't respond to hope. It responds to conviction. Let's be real. Most people want success, but few are ready for responsibility. Wealth isn't just money, it's maturity. It's discipline. It's patience. It's emotional intelligence under pressure. If you can't manage $1,000, you can't manage $1 million. If you can't control your impulses, you'll lose whatever you earn. If you can't delay gratification, you'll stay trapped forever. So the mindset you need isn't, I want more money. It's, I'm building the character that can handle more. Because money doesn't change you, it reveals you. And wealth will only come to those who can protect it, grow it, and use it for something bigger than themselves. So what's the only mindset you truly need to attract wealth? It's this: become. Not chase, not beg, not wait, become. Become disciplined. Become valuable. Become the kind of person who makes wealth inevitable. Once you become that, money won't be something you chase. It'll be something you magnetize. Wealth doesn't belong to the smartest. It belongs to the most aligned. To the ones who believe when no one else does. To the ones who create when no one's watching. To the ones who move even when they're scared. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. So build yourself, and wealth will find you. Because it always does.